Welcome to my channel. My name is London and today we are getting into the Anastasia eyeshadow primer. So I really wanted to battle this out on a wear test. So we're starting off pretty early in the morning. If you missed my last video with the Alyssa Edwards palette, I'll have that linked in the cards and in the description box. But I did get a little bit of staining. I did use the eyeshadow primer on both eyes, but I used the Riviera palette on this eye, and the Riviera palette didn't give me as much staining. There's a little bit up here, but this one definitely had a lot more staining, which kind of proves my point of the last video where I think the pink called Texas Made in this palette is a lot more brighter and has a little bit more of like a neon kick to it. So it definitely stained more, but I want to put the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow primer on one eye, and I want to just use a plain concealer. I'm going to be using the Fenty concealer on this eye to see how worth it is this primer. This primer is water resistant and it's supposed to be smudge proof. This is the mini size. It's $13. I also justified my purchase because if anyone's following my Project Pan, I finished my soft ochre paint pot. I was so happy when I finished this. I was like, yes, done. You know, like that feeling? Oh my god. Okay, let's get into this because we got a long day ahead of us. So I used this yesterday and a little bit of this goes a very, very long way, which is what I found. So I'm just gonna squeeze just a teeny little bit out on my hand. I'm thinking this mini size is gonna go a long way for me. So I'm just gonna, it's also very liquidy, but super pigmented. I forgot to add that I've noticed. It's so interesting. It is really light, but I do like that, especially with this palette. Ooh, I'm gonna be careful around my eyebrow. Oh, the sun's kind of coming in. I normally don't do my eyebrows before my eyeshadow, so this is kind of weird. But the one thing that I noticed about this eyeshadow primer with yesterday is that it didn't really crease on me by itself, because with the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, I find that creases on me when I kind of just set it on my eyes. But I still have a little bit left. And then on the other side, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Concealer. So if anyone's out there that uses a concealer with their eyeshadow, you can kind of see like, can I just stick with my concealer or do I really need this eyeshadow primer? I personally like having an eyeshadow primer. Even if I use a concealer, I will typically use just a clear eyeshadow primer underneath it. I am not doing that today, but just out of reference, I do have really creasy eyelids, and some colors tend to fade on my eyelids if I don't use some sort of primer on them. So I'm hoping we can get a pretty good wear test out of this. It is about 7:30 right now when I'm starting my makeup, but I'm just gonna speed up this part and get a look out of this Alyssa Edwards palette. I am super stoked. I want to do something kind of interesting. I'm thinking purple, yellow, and a little bit of pink. We'll see how this goes. let's adjust this fallout. Oh wait. Alright, this is pretty impressive. I freaking love this palette. I don't know. I don't notice any direct difference in like how they apply or how they look. I did have a little bit more trouble blending these three colors in than I did on this side, but other than that, I don't notice any other difference. But I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup and I'll see you guys on my first check-in to see how this is going. It is now about 8 o'clock, so I'll see you guys at around noon. Oh my gosh, guys, my day is so crazy, but it's like 4 o'clock now and I didn't have time to update throughout the day on my phone, but I wanted to show you guys the kind of final result of everything. So as you can see, it is definitely creasing and fading on the concealer side. The eyeshadows itself look pretty decent, but like these spots right here are not okay. But overall, like it's doable. But this side definitely looks a lot better. I mean, there might be like, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's like just a hair of a crease right in my crease, but it's not really noticeable unless I really like stretch my eyes out. But what's y'all's opinions? Because I'm really curious what you guys think. Do you buy eyeshadow primer? Do you like to try different eyeshadow primer out? I personally, this is the second time that I've tried the Anastasia Beverly Hills primer, and I do like it, but it is a little bit finicky to play around with it because it's so pigmented and liquidy at the same time that I feel like personally it's a little bit hard to get it really even on my eyes and not have it with too much product on my eyes. But I like how the eyeshadows blend over top of it. It's not sticky, it's not like super dry, it covers all of my veining, it makes the eyeshadow colors pop. It's water resistant, so I do like that. This is it for this little short video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really want to know your opinions and thoughts on the eyeshadow primer. I will be trying this out more, like I said, so maybe I can get a little bit more of an opinion on it. But right now I'm just like, I like it, it works, but it's definitely not like, oh my god, this is the best eyeshadow primer I've ever tried in my life. You know what I mean? Like, I like it, but not, I don't love it. You know what I mean? So let me know what you guys think. I do think it works pretty good with the Alyssa Edwards palette. I'm glad that Anastasia finally came out with an eyeshadow primer because I feel like they have some really awesome eyeshadow palettes and it makes sense for them to come out with an eyeshadow primer, especially a colored one, so let me know. Alright, this is the end of this video and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.